person or one of the people? January 10, 2020 by Anna von Reitz. In America you may commonly encounter two kinds of legal persons, rarely encounter one kind of lawful person, and American state nationals who are people who owe no public service obligations beyond keeping the peace and harming nobody. Unfortunately, misadministration of our affairs by two foreign subcontractors acting in breach of trust has led to millions of Americans being impersonated, that is, unlawfully converted into persons instead of being recognized as part of our American populace and people. In 1860, one-third of our intended federal government, the American subcontractor hired to provide services to our states, became inoperable. From our perspective, this situation was and is similar to what would happen if the young man we hired to mow our lawn broke his leg. We can simply hire someone else or do the job ourselves, if we know what happened and are enabled to take appropriate action. But our two remaining European subcontractors acted in breach of trust, did not provide assistance or disclosure, and instead usurped upon the actual people and government of this country. They pretended that because we did not reconstruct the missing third of the federal government, that our entire government was absent, and used this as an excuse for fraud and usurpation. The British territorial United States seized upon our good names and assets as presumed salvage to be claimed and accidentally on purpose misidentified millions of American babies as British United States citizens, all of whom are legal persons. The Roman municipal government similarly sought to enrich itself and made counterclaim that, no, we were citizens of the United States instead, and they moved to probate our estates. All this bunco, all this theft and abuse of their employers, made possible because we didn't hire someone new to mow our lawn. I am going to share a simple video by Canadians who suffered a similar fate, which explains more of the process by which we have been mischaracterized and misidentified, with one caveat. There is a quote by Karen Hughes, and Karen doesn't know our history. She says at one point that in 1933 this country went bankrupt. This is not true. This country is a sovereign entity. It's not eligible for bankruptcy, nor in need of it, because it is not an incorporated entity. No, what happened is that Delaware Corporation, owned and operated by the Roman Catholic Church and doing business as the United States of America, Incorporated, went bankrupt. That was no more this country than I am my own shoe. She went on to try to explain away the criminal securitization of the American people as part of paying back the debts of this foreign corporation, but that isn't true, either. https://tinyurl.com/plantrespass. What happened is that FDR pledged the Federal Civil Service municipal employees as assets backing this bankruptcy during his first inaugural address, and the Conference of British Territorial State Governors similarly pledged U.S. military personnel and their dependents via a similar action, March 6, 1933. None of that had anything to do with us, and the only way that FDR and the governors were able to get away with it was as a condition of employment and private contract. This abuse of our federal employees encouraged those benefiting by it to secretively extend these outrageous claims against rank-and-file Americans who are not functioning as legal persons and not subject to any such demands. So as you watch this little video, bear in mind that it was made in Canada and that the people speaking don't know our history. And if you are someone born in these 50 states of the Union, I hope you will make haste and go to www.theamericanstatesassembly.net and begin the process of declaring your birthright political status. We need as many Americans as possible to come home and help correct 160 years of virulent fraud.